All right, so we are now on our way to Nottely Dam. And we are leaving Restoration Retreat, and it is about just under 5.5 miles to the north, and it's about a 7-minute drive. So, I will see you when we get there. So one of the really cool things about living up here in Georgia is the scenery. Like here's what we call the top of Dean Gap Road. And if you can get past having to see that truck parked on the side of the road, hopefully it's going to be gone soon. I think somebody's just clearing out that lot because they're going to build a house right there, but they're certainly going to have an incredible view. So as we're making our approach to Nottely Dam, notice on the right side all of that water, and on the left side there's none. While this body of water is beautiful to look at, it's incredible to think that this reservoir has a flood storage capacity of 61,600 acre-feet. So here's the big placard they have here at Nottely Dam, and you can see that these waters cover quite a bit of territory. I don't know if you can see it too clearly, but all the way up here is Virginia, and North Carolina over here on this side. There's the border for Tennessee, and then right down here is Georgia. And every little bar that you see on this map indicates that there's a dam there. And right here, this red one, is Nottely Dam. So this large body of water here is the basin. And if we go back over here to where the bridge is and get on the other side of the highway, and this is the area whenever they do open the gates or release the water, it goes right down that chute. And you take note of that sign. Loose rocks may roll without warning. But we'll get a better shot of this side right here. So you can see right there the gates. They open up. And go all the way down this chute. And we're going to go down there in a little bit and take a look at this from the bottom side. So here's a sign that's kind of subject to interpretation. Danger, water may rise rapidly within warning. Now, I'm gonna take a guess here, and it's probably supposed to say within minutes or without warning. But either way, they had me at water rising rapidly. So now we're on the bottom side of the dam. We're gonna make our way back up this trail to get a better look at the chute that we had pointed out where the water flows when they open the gates. So, one of my assumptions was correct. Water rises rapidly without warning. And it also goes on to say, do not enter the stream bed without an approved personal flotation device. And looking at the rate this water's moving and being able to see some of the rocks that are below the surface of the water, I don't think I would recommend getting in there even with a personal flotation device. So here we are on the downhill side of the Nottely Dam. This dam is 184 feet high, and it spans across the Nottely River 2,300 feet. And the name Nottely actually comes from the Cherokee word, daring horseman. So what is a dam and what purpose does it serve? Well, the Nottely Dam has two functions. It controls the flow of water and helps to prevent flooding in areas downstream. And it also produces electricity. When it was built in 1941, the only purpose that it served at the time was to control the flow of water. And one of the ways that they controlled it was it pushed water downstream to the Hiawassee Dam, which was a power-producing dam at the time. And in the 1950s, a generator was added to the Nottely Dam to produce power. Prior to Nottely Dam being built, it was looked at by numerous other companies as a possible dam site. In 1933, when the TVA came into being, they did an extensive survey of the Hiawassee watershed, which was a major contributor to flooding in Chattanooga. So in 1940, they built the Hiawassee Dam. After the Hiawassee Dam was built, they realized that they had an even greater need for flood control. So they came to Nottely to see about building a dam here. Even though it wouldn't produce power, having Nottely Dam constructed was quickly authorized because of its strategic location and its ability to push water downstream to the power-producing Hiawassee Dam. Building the dam required the purchase of almost 8,000 acres of land, the relocation of 91 families, and the redesign and construction of 26 miles of roads. Workers formed the dam by building a rock and stone crib and filling the middle with earth and fill. This was a relatively simple design that could be completed quickly. On January 24, 1942, only 6 months after construction began, the gates of Nottely Dam were closed, and the first storage release occurred on October 1st, 1942. In the 1950s, a generator was installed, making Nottely Dam a hydroelectric facility with a net dependable capacity of 18 megawatts. Now, I'm not an electrician, so I needed information to help me understand just how much power that is. I learned that power consumption and usage is measured in hours, it's measured in time. And 1 megawatt hour can power 813 homes for 1 hour. So this means that Nottely Dam can produce enough power to power 14,634 homes. To illustrate with a little more clarity, I've put together this simple depiction of how a turbine within a dam generates power. Flowing water can create tremendous force. It is this force that we've learned how to capture and transform into electrical energy. In the same way a windmill captures the movement of air, a turbine is used to capture the movement of water. As water passes through the blades of the turbine is forced to spin. The turbine is connected to a shaft that in turn begins to spin, and it is this spin of the shaft located within a generator that produces energy. Besides generating electricity and storing floodwater, Nottely is important to the TVA system as a popular recreational spot. The reservoir features a swim beach and camping area, and TVA-managed trails are popular with hikers and bikers. The Nottely Dam Trail is a constant grade of about 2 miles, either uphill or downhill, depending on which end the hikers choose. It forms a figure 8 and is mostly in the woods, with parts that veer near the shoreline. The Nottely Tailwater Trail is an easier hike that follows a creek and ends in a picnic area. Walkers can spot deer, wildflowers, and plenty of birds, including wild turkeys. Really ambitious hikers can connect to the Appalachian Trail, which crosses Union County just a few miles away. So we're back at the retreat. I hope you enjoyed our trip to Nottely Dam today. Hope you learned something new. And now you know that a dam isn't always just a bridge you drive across. And we saw firsthand that Nottely Dam has a lot more to offer. It's a great place to go have fun, relax, take your family there. I'm glad that the weather cooperated today because our trip to Nottely Dam almost didn't happen. And I'm glad that the weather did hold out, particularly because I don't have a roof on my vehicle right now. So that worked out as well. But thanks again for joining us on this adventure, this mountaintop adventure, and we'll see you next time. Book your next getaway at Restoration Retreat. You can visit us online at myrestorationvacation.com or call us at 800-309-5076.